You already know it is that time of the week. We're going to go from chapter 249 review discussion thingy that we got going on here. We're just going to jump right into this chapter because I got nothing much more to say besides, actually I kind of do. The Friday uploads, I kind of just stopped doing those. I do want to keep doing them, but I don't want to say I'm busy because that's an actual flat out lie. They're just not really relevant videos in my opinion. They did do good, the two I have uploaded, and I should continue uploading them, but I don't. Because I'm a lazy piece of shit. Let's be real here. There's no excuse. I'm just a lazy piece of shit. This chapter starts off with last chapter ended off on Chizu and Kazuya walking up to their apartment complex and it being taped off. They don't know what's going on. They see Minnie. Minnie sees the two of them. She's kind of like, what are you two doing together? She then explains the situation to them that they can't get into their apartments. Chizu and Kazuya have this kind of reaction here. Chizu doesn't seem to understand the cracks that's shown up on the building, because there's now cracks in the building. It shouldn't have came out of nowhere. They should have had time to get evacuate the building instead of, well, it being right now in the middle of the night with nowhere to go and not being able to go back into their building. Minnie mentions that the earthquake. Kazuya, then, oh yeah, that earthquake. He got a little close to Chizuru there. Chizuru is stone-faced by it. Minnie explains that you're kind of just like, you need your furniture at a later date, but you can't stay here for at least tonight. And that they're going to give compensation for, them just having to be pretty much evicted overnight. 10 months worth of rent, which seems pretty good to me. But there's no laws that are in place telling them that they can't just go back into their rooms and sleep. But it's probably too dangerous via the big-ass cracks in the wall. So they gotta find somewhere else to live. It hits Kazuya at this point that Chizuru and him will no longer be neighbors. And he wishes that they would still be neighbors. Then they discuss where they're going to go. They, get, like, clothes and crap from their room, but, not their furniture and whatnot. So Kazu's got a backpack and his aquarium full of fish, and then the other two girls just have backpacks on. They mention where they're going. Minnie's going to be staying with her friend. Chizuru's going to go back to her grandma's, and Kazuya's going to go live with his parents. Chizuru being real nonchalant about all this. Just meanwhile, at least I can use this to cover for my living expenses. Minnie compliments that she's quick to change gears as usual. Chizuru goes off to leave. As she leaves, Kazuya wishes that Kazuya goes on a tangent about how he and Chizuru, how much he would love to be living with her if they truly loved each other. Kazuya shows up back up at his house, and oh, who the fuck is this? That's a great-ass question. He's some random-ass dude that is from the Philippines, and he's a technical intern, and he is, helping part-time with his parents' convenience store, and he is taking up Kazuya's room, and Kazuya cannot stay with them. Grandma Trace tells him, what about the princess? Chizuru. They're gonna rebuild, if they're gonna rebuild apartment complex, both live together, and then she calls him a deadbeat. Poor Kazuya. Kazuya thinks, why are you assuming I have an endless pool of courage? He's just gotta go find a different place to live. He looks down at his key, and he's just, how can Chizuru just leave her apartment not being too sentimental about it? They lived there for 2 years. It had a bunch of her crap, her memories, and whatnot. We cut back to Chizuru. She mentioned she has like a bit of a flashback with Kazuya and whatnot. How much, I guess, she did value that apartment complex and living next to Kazuya. So she looks at her key, and we get a close-up on her chest with a clench sound effect. Chizuru's all sad and whatnot, but she's on her way to go back to her parents' house. And then the chapter kind of ends with Minnie talking to herself. Hey, that's it. That's the chapter. Not much more to say. I got nothing much. I gotta edit this shit. So, yeah. Peace.